Hey everybody, it's Jang here from jangbricks.com with a look at a Mega Bloks True Heroes construction set. This one on the box is called Stealth Attack, though I've seen it on the Toys R Us website called True Heroes Military Combat 2. This comes with 1,038 pieces in total, and it retails for $40. It is a Toys R Us exclusive. True Heroes is their own brand or sub-brand or theme. Toys R Us puts the True Heroes label on a number of different products, not just construction toys, various different things, and they tend to price them really, really low. So it's a way to get things that are similar to licensed themes without paying licensed prices. This set is broken up into two teams, so you kind of have the tan team and the black team, and you can choose for yourself which is the good guys and which is the bad guys. I think they kind of suggest that the folks with the black are dark gray vehicles and things, and uniforms are the bad guys, but you could easily make those the good guys if you want. It's really up to you. You got your twin blade helicopter right here, Chinook style. This has an opening big ramp in the back, so that's very nice, your little loading area, but it's still going to be a little bit tough to put figures in there. If you want, you can just toss them in and then just dump them out whenever you want. That's the easiest thing to do for regular play. But if you want access to the inside, you can pull up these two parts and actually set them down on the studded base in there. So you can actually place a pilot in the front and other soldiers just line them up on the sides or front to back all throughout there. So a nice design there, makes it really easy to get inside of this thing. A little bit blocky looking, but good parts, useful parts, and of course you can customize it if you want. Then you get this kind of Jeep-like thing, which has a rocket launcher on the back. Okay, that's awesome. Rocket launchers, I'm all for those. No turret here, so you can't spin this around, but you can angle it up and down. One thing that's really unfortunate is that the rockets kind of look like they're that long, but you can't just pick all that off because it stops right here. So you really want to use just this as your projectile. Pull that off. It's really easy to get it off, and then you can use that to pretend to shoot. This has actually a pretty okay interior. It's got a steering wheel there. You can put your figure right there. It has a walkie-talkie which can be held in a figure's hand, and it's got some sort of navigational display there. It looks like it actually comes from an airplane or a helicopter, but it's still nice to have a little bit of detail there. You've got your little springs and shocks on the sides. These tires are actually real rubber. That's pretty cool. And yeah, this thing's decent looking, especially from the front. I think a lot of this back here is kind of boring, and the back of it doesn't look that great, but it does its job, you know. The other team gets a landing craft. This is an aquatic vehicle. It's really a boat, kind of almost like a barge. You can put one minifigure in there to steer the thing, to control it. You've got a smokestack right here. And then it's pretty basic. The great thing is that there's a tank inside. So the idea here is that it's an amphibious assault. You're going to be coming up on a beach. You're going to bring this in, lower the ramp in the front, and then drive the tank off. And that's the whole stealth attack bit of it. You know, it's dark colors, so maybe it would be intended to be used for mostly night missions and such. And then you let this tank out, and the tank is a little bit more interesting because it's a tank, of course. It's got a swinging turret. You can put a figure right here up on the top to kind of represent the controller, commander. You can move your turret up, your barrel up and down. That's good. And it's got lights on the front. Yeah, this is a pretty cool looking little thing. It's nice and covered up on the sides. This actually uses wheels, not treads, which some tanks actually have been made with wheels, so it's not super unrealistic or anything. It's just a little different from the norm. I'm fine with that. It's much easier to play with wheeled things because they will actually roll, whereas tank treads do not. They have a lot of friction and they don't turn very well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. They also give you some terrain pieces or building pieces, structure pieces. So this is a little bit of a kind of a bombed out bunker right here. And you've got 3 gun emplacements, so you can't fit 3 minifigures side by side there, but you can put a couple of them side by side at least, and you can switch between the different guns. And you can rotate the orientation of each one to kind of represent a defense scenario. You've got an entrance right here. They can kind of hide behind there. You can have folks sneak around the back. You kind of jump over this and then hide down there when there's an incoming volley or something. It's a really basic structure, honestly, but it's really good for play value because it really adds to the things that you can do in imaginative play. Similarly, you've got all this right here. You've got 2 guard towers or watch towers, and this is a gate. So 2 doors that open up like so, and you can put minifigures up in there. They can have guns and they can be shooting out, or you can hide them around here, stick the guns through the little holes in the walls, and they can shoot from there. Looking around to the back, you can see it's actually just 2 assemblies, 2 separate assemblies. Personally, I kind of think it would make sense to make more sense to have the doors open to the opposite side, so you can turn these around when you're building them. I would recommend turning the top parts around the other way so that the open areas are on the back. Make this be the inside of the base, this be the outside of the base, so that when these folks come up with the tank, they can turn the barrel around and actually just bust right through the doors. You know, just open them like that, come in, turn the barrel back around, and then shoot up the inside of the base in a successful attack. But that's entirely up to you. The great thing about this is that it provides walls and gives you actual defensible, additional defensible space that you can use in a battle scenario. I mentioned the minifigs, and here they are. So you can see the 2 different teams with the 2 different types of outfits, and they have different torsos, so different prints on them. So you can just see, they each have their own kind of style. They each have an additional gun in addition to the things that we've already seen that have guns. They're pretty simple one-piece things. They have a stud on one side, so if you want to attach it to a stud, you can, or some spot if you have an exposed stud sticking out on a wall, you can use that to hang it up or to put it onto a vehicle. The articulation is good with these. You can rotate or bend at the waist all the way forward, all the way back. It's pretty smooth and not too difficult, but not too loose either. You can rotate the arms all the way up or all the way down. You can turn the hands so that the wrists rotate. You can turn the heads. The helmets can be removed. And there's a little bit of room where you can actually twist these, even when they're on a studded base like this. You can twist them so that they're not just facing completely forward. There's just a little bit of extra room in the space for the feet to fit over a base. So that's good, because you don't have the ability to rotate at the waist with these guys, but being able to twist them like that allows you to point them in directions other than just straight ahead, straight back, or all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Here's a look at them from the back, and you see there's no printing done on the backs of them, but they do have these holes, which are peg-sized holes, and with some weapons you'll be able to actually place a weapon in there and kind of make it look like he's holding onto a weapon. And there are other pieces that can fit into those holes. It's a standardized size. I really like how many different things are included in this one single set. It really makes for an entire battlefield setup, and I especially like these terrain pieces and the little bunker here and the towers and stuff, because that's great for active play, actually putting the figures in there, thinking about line of sight and hiding and shooting through holes, and really setting up believable battle situations. It's something that tends to be lacking in a lot of playsets nowadays. They go for the vehicles and the figures, but not places to actually use them. So kids have to use things from their own environment, boxes and things, and it doesn't quite fit in. This gives you a full experience just with the parts that are included in the set. Now, this is actually the second Mega Bloks True Heroes set that I've purchased. The first one that I got was made 2 or 3 years ago, and the quality on that was actually pretty poor, and I ended up not even doing the review because it was missing so many pieces. I just wrote it off. This is a more recent set, one of the most recent released ones, and the quality here is actually very good. The parts fit together consistently. They fit together well. The color is consistent within a given color. Things look good together. They have nice fit and finish, nice pieces. It was missing one single piece out of this entire set. They do have a whole bunch of spare pieces included, but there was one of which there wasn't a spare included. It's just a little red light that's supposed to go on the side of here. Not a big deal at all in this case, fortunately. The little miniature figures, they're fine. I compare them to something from a major brand or something, and they're similar in size and they have similar amount of articulation, actually a little bit more in the legs, and you get a whole lot of guns included with this, so that's a good thing. The builds of the vehicles are pretty respectable. They're playable. You can easily put the figures in where they belong. I don't think they look all that great. The tank's pretty cool. The Jeep actually is pretty decent. The helicopter, I don't know, it's kind of blocky and stuff, but you know, the great thing here is that all these pieces can be reused. You can use them to make other things. If you don't like how something looks, that's the big advantage of a construction-based system versus getting a True Heroes set, for example, that isn't built out of blocks. That's just the regular figures and the one-piece vehicles and stuff that you can't really do anything else with. This right here, the landing craft, I really could have done without. I wish that they had spent the cost or the value of this landing craft on something cooler than that, because it's just basically a big box. I understand what it does, but it doesn't even have a gun on it or anything. So that, I think, could have been just replaced with something else entirely. The big deal here is the value. You get over 1,000 pieces for $40, and you can find it for even less. They often have sales on these things. Actually, technically, when I got this, it was buy one, get one 40% off, which is not an uncommon type of sale at Toys R Us. But even if you just look at the normal price of it, it's still a really good value on price per part. And like I said, these parts are interchangeable. You can use them with other sets. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all this apart and use these parts to make other custom stuff that I like even better. So those are my thoughts about this set. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope that you enjoyed that or got some educational or entertainment value out of it. Go ahead and post up your comments, your thoughts about this set freely in the comments section if you would like. It's always appreciated when more people share their own opinions, whether you agree with me or not. To stay up to date with everything that I do related to brick-based building systems and sets and custom builds and everything, you can follow my blog at jangbricks.com. Hope to see you there, and hope to have a chance to talk to you again very soon in the next video.